Hello, people. Hello, people. I had to start. I didn't see the thing. I found out that this actually works. It's just that I can't listen to it when I'm plugged up. Hey, go figure. I'm not being smart lately, but I'm here to talk about the trailer for season 4 for From. I can't wait. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see what's gonna happen. Like, I've been waiting on this. I want to see what answers are going to be given. I wonder, like, what's gonna happen to some of the characters. Like, what's the revelations that's gonna happen in season 4? This should be, since it should go out like a bang. Um, I want to touch on Mr. Tenderism, the spark that's going on the internet with that. I want to get with that, but first of all, I want to say, with the issues that I have going on, one of the things that I can't get out of is trying to put content on my platform and stop being a viewer. Because I have an issue of watching other people's stuff because I feel like this is exhausting. And I hate to say that, but I do. And I think it's because of my depression and being sick for 2 months. Yeah, 2.5 months being sick. And I'm trying to hold this down because if I hold it, I did like a testing and I held it up and it did not look pleasant watching this. So I'm trying to hold it down here so it looks like a professional anchor's microphone. But I'm trying to get out of this rut of being a viewer and not, I don't want to say content creator, putting content, because I'm not there as a content creator and I don't know if I want to be. Because I do find it like being watching other people's stuff, how it's kind of, and maybe I need to get out of that because I'm like, I want to do this, I want to put stuff on here. But however, I do kind of want to monetize, but I want it to be fun for myself and for people who decide to watch. So, I again, the reason why I started this is because of I was too busy being a viewer. And then I want to branch off, and forgive me because I was told I have the attention span of a puppy, so I might go from one thing to the other. Um, I said in previous videos, it's other stuff. I have ideas that I've been wanting to kick out there too that I want to get that out there. I'm trying to push myself more because I'm not liking my 9 to 5. I'm not liking it. And the thing about being in customer service for this long, because I've been in the past, but I'll get out because I want that rest from talking to people. Because I'm the type of person, when you call in and speak to me, I want you to sit back, relax. Once you tell me your problem, I want you to sit back, relax, because I'm going to try to figure out a resolution for you. And I'm not getting that anymore. It'll start off the first I'll say now it's like the first few months, and then it'll go downhill from there. But I'm really trying to push myself. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard because, like, I understand how people like move to places and want to be like a content creator and think it is gonna go speedball time they get there. And it's just like anything else that you put your time into. It takes time and it takes work, and you gotta have that perseverance to keep going. And I don't want to get bogged down of, you know, now I'm trying to find the words because I feel like sometimes some people get caught up in it and then that's their only thing, and then like they'll plummet on down. And I just want to be consistent with it. Like, whoever falls off, I have like 4 subscribers right now, but if like it ever gets to whatever, but I don't want to get chained to it. But off that subject, I want to talk about. Let me keep this down here because it looks weird. I took it off the stand. This cute little stand. I like my stand. And hold on, let me see. Let's see if I can put the stand on my laptop. Put the stand on my laptop and go from there. Hold on, let's see. Okay, that's not gonna work. But it's so cute. I like this little thing. It's just so cute. I'm gonna hold it like this. However, I wish I had something to hang it up. Hang it up. And then let it hang like this. It'll still look cute. It'll still have like this cute little peach pink look to it. Um, I'm gonna do this real short. The trailer for From. I can't wait to April 18th. I cannot wait. My first question is Kenny. Because I've been doing like, excuse me, I can't breathe. I've been doing another marathon binge watch. No, I finished the binge watch because I stopped and then I started back last night. But with Kenny, when Boy went to torture Elgin to get some answers about where Fatima was. And Father Khatri came to Boyd in the shed and he was like, "What about Kenny? You didn't you haven't told Kenny what Fatima did. Like, is he gonna find out? And how's he gonna take it?" Because in the trailer, I did see Kenny at the funeral. But after that, where is, because he wasn't in the sheriff's office when they were trying to figure out what Boyd knew. So where is Kenny? What state of mind is Kenny in? Because it's like, did he find, to me, it's like, did he find out that Fatima did what she did to Tilly? And then if he did, how do you like fix that in your mind? Because she just had something in her that made her want to kill. And this is somebody that, you wouldn't think went there, you like as a person, you think this person is kind and sweet, but something made her do something horrible. So is Kenny going to get to that state of mind where he thinks that, like, Boy, it's like they're not getting that, there's no hope. And then with Elgin in the trailer, is this another situation where Boyd is seeing people? Did Sarah in Elgin's, because a wound like that, some people don't, because it looked like she kind of dug into his eye with that thing. So how was he going to, I didn't think he was going to survive. And when I seen him on the post for Instagram, what is for Instagram? For Reels. I forget. Look, when you have people beating in your ear all day, yelling at you, you're not going to remember everything either. So, whatever. What was I getting ready to say? Yeah. Is this another situation where Boyd is seeing things and Elgin has become a part of his conscience? Or did Elgin survive? Did Elgin survive the Sarah beatdown? Did he survive that? And when he said the truth is going to come out, is it the truth about him being tortured, or is the truth coming out that they're never going to go anywhere? I can't. These are some questions I want answered. And then I want to know, what made you guys take this deal? I'm gonna forever ask this question because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. You made a deal to be tethered to this area. Your vampire fish demons, to me. Your vampires, at least. But y'all look like fish demons. I'm so sorry. Like, you look like evil dried sardines. So your deal didn't work out for you. I don't know why you did it. You sacrifice your children to live forever, and it's not like you're still, if some of y'all wasn't beautiful in the first place. So it's not like you had a deal where you lived forever and you were turned beautiful and you live forever. You live forever and you're uglier than what you were before. And you can't move from where you were settling in the first place when you first made it over here, because I bet you they were like settlers, came over on the ship. And you know what? I'm just now realizing Jade was in Castle Rock. If you watch the second season of Castle Rock, I'm sorry, I can't breathe, so you might hear me trying to breathe. I had to deal with an illness for 2 months, and then at the end of the illness, I end up with strep. So I think I'm lying. This might be long. We're gonna wing it and see what happens. But if you watch the second season of Castle Rock, when it was the Annie story and more of the Shawshank story, and who else was in there? I can't think of his name. He was in there, but he didn't play Andy in the second season. He was Pops. I can't think of his name. But Jade was the French pastor who was in love with, I can't think of her name because I did a marathon on that like 2 or 3 months ago when I was sick. He was in love with the female who was somebody's daughter in there. I'm sorry. She got kicked out for being a witch. He followed her. She seen the boy and became a so-called prophet. And she told them to commit suicide because, I'm sorry, she told them to end themselves for prophecy. And so the other character I can't think of, Annie got rid of. He wasn't breathing anymore after Annie got rid of him. Threw him in the what would you call it, like a crypt or whatever. Because they all ended themselves and put themselves in coffins. So Pop's oldest nephew, Annie, got rid of, threw him down there, and he was the first one that resurrected. So the actor that plays Jade and From, possessed Pop's oldest nephew. So he was in that. I had forgot. It took me a minute because I think I was doing a marathon and Jade looked a certain way, or I was watching the marathon for Castle Rock, and I kept looking at him. I was like, oh my gosh, this is Jade. That is Jade. And then it's something else I'm watching, and that's the Eye Institute. I said a while back I was going to watch it, but now since I'm doing marathons, I'm watching the Eye Institute, and the actor that plays Victor's dad is in the Eye Institute, which is a pretty good show. It depends on, what kind of genre you like, because the Eye Institute is like Psychic Kids, if you say Psychic Kids. And the thing about it is, I don't know if it's the government or a private institution that is kidnapping these psychic kids for stuff, but that's a good watch too. I said I watched the last time I talked about it in one of my videos. I said I watched like the first episode. It was pretty good. Like I'm on episode five, and it's still good. But however, going back to the subject, because I have the attention span of a puppy. I want to see a bunch of questions being answered. I hope it has you like, oh, which I don't want to see another season because it's good with the 4 seasons. Some stuff I feel like you just don't drag out because it'll lose the plot. It'll lose a good script. It'll lose a good cast. And some stuff needs to stop where it is. So let's see when April 4th, 18th, April 18th, what's going to happen and how good this season is. It going to be the banker it needs to be to top all the other seasons. So enough about that. My next thing is Uncle Destination Smokehouse, Walter Johnson. If you don't know what's going on, Walter Johnson was, at this point, we don't know what to label him. Excuse me, I need to blow my nose, so bear with me. Did it again. So sorry. Okay, so Unc Walter Johnson was part of Destination Smokehouse. He gave the idea to Nick. I can't remember his last name. An issue happened where Keith Lee came in, tried to give Unc $4,000, and that's when it went downhill. So something happened. Mr. Johnson ended up leaving, and now he's doing his own thing. And he received his trademark from a lawyer. First thing I want to, if I didn't in my last video, I wanted to address people getting angry that Nick said when Keith Lee tried to give Unc that $4,000 that he didn't give it to everybody. When you're dealing, Nick is trying to run his operation not like a mom and pop. When you hear somebody say that he should have gave it to everybody, they're trying to run their business as a corporation. Is he wrong or right? I'm not here to say that. But I can say this. Most corporations, after other employees start complaining about tips, make it where everybody gets the tips. And I worked in a soul food restaurant one time when I lived in St. Louis. And let me tell you something. I have to admit, I had took other people's tips, and let me explain myself. When it comes down to tips, personality is everything. Personality and good service. So when I started, I had personality and good service. So I was getting my own tips. It was two other ladies there that had their usual where they got their tips. I noticed how they treated their usual people who tipped them and how bad they treated them because they treated them like, oh, this is my usual. I'm going to always get tips to them. I mean, they were talking crazy to people who were giving their hard-earned dollars to them. Like they were crap because they treated them as they just know they were a guaranteed tip because they've been there for so long and they gave them tips. So, I'm sorry. I looked at that and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm taking their tips. I'm taking their tips because I want to go home with more money. I know these people want to be treated better than that, and they deserve to be treated better than that. And I'm getting their tips. That's all to it. So after they got angry because I was taking their tips, they went complaining, and then all of a sudden there was a tip jar, and we had to split the tips. I could no longer get tips. Nobody could get tips in their hands. So basically, when that tip jar was full, because of my personality, yeah, I'm being arrogant, and I had to split it with other people, I was not happy. And then I had situations where I wanted to tip someone because of their service, their good service, and she had to refuse it. And I said it right there. I was like, I don't want to give them tips because they were rude. So corporations do that. I'm sorry. Unc deserved that money. Because now after you see how Destination Smokehouses fell off since he's gone, he was the personality. I'm sorry, he deserved it. And I don't think they were cooking his food right. I'm sorry. Remember I said at the beginning that I am used to being a viewer. I was watching somebody else's video when the stuff was hitting the fan about Keith Lee coming. And someone didn't like the fact I said, I believe that, some of the meat Unc cooks and he directs how it cooks, but those sides, he has nothing to do with it. And somebody asked me, how did I know? I could tell. I can tell. I'm sorry. If you cook or been around somebody who loves to cook and cooks and they put all kind of work in it, you can tell. You can tell. And you can tell who cooks Southern food and been around. I think he said he's from Indiana. He was on Shannon Sharp's Nightcap. And I think he said he's from Indiana, but he's been around people from the South. He's been in the South for X amount of years. I can tell by his dialect. That's Southern all the way. All the way. But the thing I want to touch on is Nick doing a response about the trademark, stating that he told Unc about the trademark and he said something to him, and he act like that was supposed to be whatever. Who knows? I don't care. But the simple fact he said the barbecue community is small, I didn't like, because I'm sorry, that's a threat. That's a threat. And then for you to say that the barbecue community is small, like you're seasoned into the barbecue community, pissed me off because you didn't know what you were doing until he got there. Not only that, regardless, he has the personality to either stay stationary, to be stationary. I didn't mean to stay because it's the same thing. It's redundant. To be stationary or move around. He doesn't have to deal with anybody in California as far as the barbecue community. He can move around. He already has help. So you threatening the barbecue, you can smile with it all you want to. I already know it's a threat. I don't know if anybody else know, but I know. I'm sorry. It's a threat. The barbecue community is like, don't say anything to me. Which the man is taking the high road anyway. He's taking it. But to say that the barbecue community is small, like this man did not maneuver and help you out, is the worst statement you can possibly, because he could dip and dive in the barbecue community. He probably at this point could start cooking fried rice and you would be still behind. But I'm gonna shorten this. There was my few little bits and pieces I want to drop today. I'm struggling. I'm trying to put more out there. Again, I made this, for whoever want to watch that want to drop their own opinion. I welcome different. Everybody does not have the same opinion, and then sometimes when people have the same different opinions, it can be discussed on. It doesn't have to be hated on. Nobody has. I mean, if you can hate on it all you want to, but don't nobody care. Nobody should care, because everybody is entitled to their own opinion. But I'm Herlene, and I'm ending this, and everybody have a good night.